Hello friends, it's Sheree from Turquoise Dreaming. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're having a great day and that you're going to have a great week. This is a flip through video of a finished flip through of this little gingerbread man journal that we started creating on Saturday, it was Saturday. It was my first video, and I did the second video, a process video on yesterday, and then I went ahead and finished it up. So here's the cover, and I did put eyelets in the front cover and the back cover. So it's not like that you have to do that. I just, it does, it's got to add extra strength because I just like the look of the metal in the cover. It kind of even acts as a decoration, if you know what I mean. So as I said in my last ring bound journals, the last two flip throughs, when I work with a ring bound journal, I just take the little hinge, I kind of twist it to the back of the back cover, so it's back there, and then so when you open everything, when you open it up, everything opens and slides back and forth smoothly. You don't have to try to get anything over that bump, although these holes are plenty big enough to fit over that little hinge bump, unless no, not unless, just they're big enough to fit through if you were to get those into the mix of the book pages. So also I added this little tassel. It's amazing that these tassels that I made a few weeks ago went with these ring bound journals. Like, they're the perfect colors. And this was the last one. I used the other two in my last two that I had done, the Sleeping Beauty and the Sun, that those colors match those just by coincidence. And now this was the last one. I was like, oh, do I have any more of those? Where are they? And I had this one, and it was like, oh my goodness, it's the perfect colors. I couldn't believe it. Yellow and orange, and see, he's got yellow and he's got an orange jacket on. Is that amazing? And I made those a few weeks ago, so it was like, how does that happen? Do you know what I mean? So let's just open up, get started with a little flip through here. And this, when you see this video, this journal will be in my Etsy shop, so I'll have a link below. But in the first and second videos, I guess, and I'm not sure which one we did the pocket in, maybe the second one. And so that's our little pocket here that we did together. And I put in here a little, with the orange jacket of what is that, a fox? I put a little file folder in here, and this is a little piece of a Snoopy calendar, and he's got an orange border there. So just a fun little piece of ephemera. I mean, you can use it to decorate or anything. I mean, it would look even cute on this file folder. So that's in that front pocket. And so this is like a little kit I have pretty much been doing with these little ring bound journals. I do the journal. I do put lots of ephemera in here, but I also have a little bag of goodies that I'll show you that, it's just going to, like, if you want to use it all together, just to be like, you have, everything you need for to decorate your journal, except your own photos or mementos or writings or whatever. So anyway, I did use all the book pages in here. They were in perfect condition, really, even though this is an older book. What was it, 1970 something, I believe, on this one. And so yeah, all the book pages from the story are here in order. I have used some scrapbook paper. And here I have a clipped-on piece of ephemera. See these little labels that you can cut those out. I think that's Tim Holtz. Got a little yellow paper clip there. This is an index card. This is from my vintage atlases. So everything in here is original, authentic, vintage things that I have picked up at thrift stores. If there's anything printed or digital in here, I'll tell you, but I don't think there is. If I remember right, I don't think I put anything in here that was, unless it's a piece of ephemera, but I'll tell you if I find something, because I'm trying to use a lot of my ephemera that I have, prepared, and, I have it ready to go, so I need to use it now. So this is a piece of, kids' writing paper. On here I have, this is one of those vintage paper clips, plastic paper clips that they don't make anymore. Here's a little Tim Holtz couple of brothers there, and that's from the book. This is a little ledger paper page. We did some of these pages together, so if you watch those videos, you will have seen, the last two videos, you will have seen some of this. But this is a guest check. This is a papery one, so it has 2 layers. I did get these at a thrift store in Florida, when I was thrifting with my dad. So yeah, I found a bunch of these, and so these are just fun to write on, maybe glue down somewhere, or you know, whatever you might want to do. But those are two first and second layer, and this is a little playing card that I had made into a journal card. So here's the front, and I sewed, this is sewn together with some of my blue dyed composition book paper. So that's in that little pocket. And you've got lots of writing space, you know, with ledger papers and things like that, and plenty of room on your scrapbook papers to glue down mementos, or, you know, use it as a background for a picture, or if you want to use it as a writing spot, just glue one of those guest checks on here, and there you go. You can write all over it, you know, easily. So this is some pretty double-sided scrapbook paper. It's cardstocky. Page from the book, graph paper. Here I have clipped on with a little bulldog clip a little bag, like a paper bag kind of thing, and a couple little pieces in here, fun little ephemera pieces. These are little like vellum. This is a bird. These are from my Your Creative Studio. Sorry if I'm holding it in the wrong spot. And then there's a couple little brother and sister there, maybe. So cute. And then this is just a little drilling card. I don't know where I got it, but in everything give thanks. It was in my stash of ephemera, so like I said, I'm trying to use some of that. I have to use some of it because I love to make ephemera, but then it gets to be too, you know, overwhelming because I have made so much. So this is a piece of a time card. I cut it down to fit in here, so it makes a nice little writing spot front and back, or you can glue things on there. This is from a vintage music or kids piano book, and a page from this book. This is a little game card that was in the Tim Holtz ephemera pack. And I think that was in there. Or was that might have been, well, you know what? I think I got that in Happy Mail. That's right. I think I got that in Happy Mail. I was getting things out of my Happy Mail, my Your Creative Studio, and my Tim Holtz last night when I was finishing this up. So pretty scrapbook paper. This is a little piece of like it's a postal theme, and you can cut it apart. It has a perforation right there. You can cut apart, use it as a whole, use it for decorating, but I just washi taped it down here, so it's temporary. You can just take it off. I'm not going to take it off. I don't want to wear out the sticky on the washi tape, but it's temporary. I didn't glue it down, so you can take it off and use it wherever you want, or you could use it as a little flip up there, you know, whatever you want to do, but it is temporary on that piece. Page from this book. Pretty scrapbook paper. This is a little divider card. It's the R. Those were, I don't think I even cut this down. I think it just fit in here perfectly. It was like an index, you know, 4x6 index cards if it was for that size of divider file. And here's a little, this is temporary too. This is it's a post-it note, but it wasn't sticking on there with the stickiness that was on the post-it note. So I added some washi there, and so it can be a flip up, or you can take it off and move it around. That's also temporary. This is a guest check that let's see, what did I do here? Oh, it's, yeah, I just put it in here temporarily too, because this is graph paper here, and I didn't want to, you know, put the holes in this, because then it's 2 layers. So I wanted to let you do what you want to do. See, it's 2 layers. So you can take these apart, leave them together, but I just slipped them over the top of this page so that they'll be in here. You could glue this down and leave it here as a flip up if you wanted to, or just, you know, take it off and use it wherever you want. But that was Italian guest checks that I had picked up. I cut off the bottom, and it's somewhere either in here or in the ephemera pack. I had to cut off the bottom to make it fit, but those are really cool, and those I had picked up a while ago. They're vintage, and I just think they're really unique and different. You'll see the bottom when I show it to you. It says it's from a restaurant, so an Italian restaurant. So very cool. Page from this book. This is a little, you know, photo pocket that I put in here. It's actually from a recipe book, and it was 2 of these, you know, this way, sideways, horizontal. I cut it in half, and what it had in it was some photo paper, you know, that's kind of strong like cardstock. You know how photo paper is, very, very strong. And I was trying to take it out. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to leave it in there, because I had to sew around the edge anyway because I cut it, and it kind of, you know, came apart here or wherever it was together with the other piece. I was like, well, I'm going to sew this anyway. Let me leave that photo paper in there for strength. And so it ended up being really cool. After I sewed it around, I ended up having a pocket on this side. So this is a little picture I put in here. You've got the photo paper in the middle, which is sewn in for strength. And then I put another tag. I ended up with another pocket on this side, on either side of the photo paper. Now I have a pocket, and it's very strong with that photo paper in there. So that's the first time I ever did that. It just kind of happened when I was working on it. I was like, well, I kind of really need to do that from now on, because it worked out so cool, right? So, and here's a piece of, this was a piece of dictionary page, children's dictionary. And it was, I cut it. It was like this, and it just had this piece here. I had apparently used half of this page. This is another page right here, this piece from here over. And I was like, let me leave it on there and see what happens, because I wasn't sure how it would go in here and how it would fit. So I left it on there, and it ended up being really cool because I was able to put it in as a page, and then you have like a double flip out like that. So it just kind of flip and flip like that. So, you know, and then over here, you know, you have also all that room. So it's nice text on those, you know, children's book pages. I love the 2 columns. I don't know why. Something about that. I just love, you know, that sometimes they have the little pictures, and you can put something right on that and use the text as your background whenever you're putting something on a page like that. So I don't know, that worked out really cool too. And so double-sided scrapbook paper. It's all mostly double-sided scrapbook paper, except for a couple pieces that I used in the beginning, I think, and maybe one in the back. But here's, what is this, ledger? Is it 1 piece? Almost looks like 2 pieces. Very thick. Yeah, oh, it is 2 pieces. You have 2 pieces of ledger paper here. Page from the book. Graph paper. Pretty scrapbook paper. Page from the book. This is a library card, catalog card, you know, a vintage one, and I just put it in as a page. This is a pocket that I made out of scrapbook paper, so it has a little finger hole there and access hole. And in here I have a couple little fun things. This is a little coupon. I have a coupon book, so I put 2 pages of it here in the journal for you to have fun with. But this is McDonald's coupon book, and it's in, see this? It's in, I think that's might be German. I'm not absolutely sure. But if you want to, if you know your languages in writing and what they look like, maybe you know for sure. I got it, I think I got it either in Happy Mail or I found it at a thrift store or something. But yeah, so I wasn't able to, I probably didn't get it in Happy Mail, because then I would have been able to ask what language it's in. But anyway, isn't that cool? Little coupon book, and it's, you know, probably, I don't know how long it's been around, but it's probably vintage. And then this little, I had a little notebook with these. This is cardstock, and I have these little, I just love when you can take something out of a notebook and have those little holes. So that's just kind of fun piece of journaling card there. Fun journaling card. And those fit in here. Little pocket page. And this is kind of like an index card, but it's one of those coloring ones where you can color the bird. This is one that has birds on it, or you can write on, and you can write on it. Scrapbook paper. Here's an envelope. And here I have a couple of index cards. You can write on these or use these as a background for your photos or to decorate and things like that. You can cut them in half and use half here, half there. Here's a page from the book. This is a little invitation with lines, so you can write on that. This is a card, kind of a craft colored card. So you can, you know, put a picture there. You can write inside or put pictures all over it. Whatever you might want to do. This is a little golden book postcard. So I have a little booklet of those, you know. And I picked this one out because it had a fox on it, so it goes with the little fox here. And it says, here, let me show you up close, because these are so cute. I love these. I wish I'd have found them in a thrift store. I was so lucky to find these. But steer clear of shady characters. Isn't that cute? And see, it's a postcard on the back. It's a booklet of postcards that I have. I'm sure a lot of you have seen that little booklet around. And maybe you have one too. So they're fun. Page from this book. some other ledger that I had. See, this one's even discolored. It's so old. Oh, and I made a pocket here. I didn't put anything in here. Oh, goodness. I'll put something in there. I kind of put everything I have over. I have some stuff over here, but it's for my next journal. And I'll show you that one that I'm going to be working on after this. But yeah, I'll grab something in a little bit and put something in there. I was wondering if I thought I did put something in there, but I guess I didn't. Anyway, the other half of that time card, I had to cut it in half, and here's the other half. The bottom half as a page, piano book, some atlas, vintage atlas, graph paper. So you've got lots of writing room in here. Page from the book, scrapbook paper, and this is the one we did together where we made a little side tuck here. In here I have some, this is cool paper. It says today's appointments on it. And it's just some cool paper, little pads of paper. I found a couple of those at a thrift store. This is a small, I found some different size bridge score pads. So that's what that is. It's from a little one instead of the bigger ones that you see. That was from a little one. This is just a little game card. And this is some green tickets. And then you have this page here. It's just the children's writing paper. The last page of the story, I think. And oh, here's the back pocket. So in the back pocket, I've got some, this is from a little, it was like a little journal that you keep your book information about books you've read. So it talks all about that. You can write anything on there and use it for journaling space, but it is an interesting little page there. And then since this is a little, a smaller journal, I put some of my mini little flashcards in here. See, isn't that cute? These are old too. So you can see the discoloration, and this one's a little one too. So cute, right? So small. And then this is a little game. This is from a little game card from a game. What's my number? As a clock on this side. So just some fun stuff you can put in as, tuck spots, corner tuck spots, or, decorating journal cards or things, whatever you want to make. So it was getting a little bit chunky, and I had to stop myself because I kept putting things in here. So I wanted to, make sure I left plenty of room on these notebook rings for you to add pages and everything that whoever gets this wants to do. So real quick, we're going to go through the goodie bag. I have the goodie bag. This is as this popcorn. This is an older popcorn bag, and in here I kept sticking stuff in here too. Like I did finish this last night, and this morning was like, oh, I gotta put this in there. I gotta put that in there. Oh, I forgot to put this in there, type of thing. So you never know. There might end up being more in here, but this is a little. This is printed. This is from Shabby Dabby Doodah. This is the first thing I found that's printed in here. But I have a little bunch of ephemera that I printed out from, because I was on her design team, and Tina's, and so yeah, I have a lot of her digital kits, and I love these little labels because there's they say have different words. This one says memories, but there's one that says journal, and all kinds of cool stuff. This is a little envelope I made out of a book page. This is a very old book page, and I sewed it together and put a strip of, that was a little scrap I just decorated the flap with. This is also, I think, from that same book, very old book, like early 1900s, I'm saying, very old, that old. And there's a little label, so you can glue this down somewhere, put something in there, and, put a name or a date on that label. You can further decorate this. Here's a paint chip I put in orange for the Fox's orange, what does he have on? Vest, to match his vest. This is a little layered flower that you can use to decorate, or decorate anything, a page, a pocket, a piece of ephemera. Use it as a corner tuck spot. This is a fun little bookmark, Tigger. It says, Disney bookmark. It's small and so cute. I thought I ran across it last night when I was looking through my ephemera, and I was like, oh, that's so cute. I have to put that in there. A couple little, labels. This is little, but this is even smaller. One of these tiny ones. So, yeah, these are fun to do things with, and decorate and layer. You could even put them together on a little pin or something and add stuff to that. Here's my butterfly and button envelope. So, yeah, I made a bunch of these little envelopes, and they're super fun and a good way to use up scraps. And then in here I have vintage buttons and some of my butterfly punch outs to use as decorations wherever you want. Put as many as I could in there. This is this tiny envelope, but fun. So then you can use the envelope too. This is a little note paper. So cute with the red and the red apples. And then I put, let's see, this is a little piece of a calendar. Can you tell I really dug through my ephemera? I tried to put different stuff in here than I even did in my last 2 journals, you know? So yeah, trying to alternate, like, you know, go through all my ephemera. This is just some reinforcements, and I ran across these last night too. I was like, oh, those are so fun and pretty. They came this color, and I was like, I'm going to put those in there in case somebody might need some or want to use some, even just for a decoration, even though you don't need them for strength. And then here's a little vintage postage label. You know, it's a sticker, so you can peel off the back and stick it down somewhere if you want. This is just a little piece of scrap that I made into a journaling card that you can do whatever, decorate. This is some labels. You know, there's red and white labels. This is a tag you can decorate. This is a little piece from, I think You Created Studio. Just a fun little strip that you can decorate and write on. This is some fabrics, fun fabrics, and colorful, that I thought you could have fun with. Do whatever. And some lace, you know, in case you want to put that on a page or a tag or something. You know, a little tag topper. This is a whole book of little post-its. I have a couple of these, and I thought, well, I'm just going to put the whole thing in there, you know, kind of like a de-stash. And so you have all these little post-its in there. Let's see, that's upside down. Sticky note, and I'm not sure if this is Japanese or Chinese. I think it might be Japanese, and or it could be Chinese, I'm not sure. But anyway, I put that in there for whoever. Some scraps, I put any scraps from this journal, from this paper, you know, whatever papers I use. I might have more in the back, so there's some. This is a little journaling card that I cut from a file folder. I like the lines and squares, and so I cut that up into little, like a little journaling card. This is a couple of pages from a book that Maria had given me, and it has cool little quotes on the bottom. So you can leave the quote and then write on the top, decorate the top, glue it down somewhere if you need a writing spot. Another one of those guest checks, the paper guest checks, I put one inside. Here's one that I put in the envelope. Here's the bottom part of that guest check I was telling you about. That's from a restaurant. See here, it says guest receipt and date, amount. It says grazie right here. That's Italian for, or thank you in Italian. And here's the back of that. Buona fortuna. Buona fortuna. Anyway, that is just a cool little journaling spot, I think. Is it two? No, this is just one layer, but it's cardstocky. And then here's just some cool paper that I have from a little booklet that I got in Happy Mail that I love. So I put a piece of that. And here's all the scraps. Yeah, here is all the scraps. I put all the scraps in here because scraps are fun, right? Especially when they're pretty. So see, I have all these little scraps from the scrapbook paper. Didn't waste them. I put them in here for you to have fun with. Decorate, whatever. There's so many places you can use. There's a little strip I need to pull off there. But this is from the ledger paper that I cut off. And then all of these are from the different scrapbook papers. These are papery here, but the rest of them are cardstocky. And just, even this right here, I cut off from the, this was cut off from the papers I put inside the front and back cover. So I went ahead and put those in there. So you have lots of little pretty scraps to play with. So you got quite a chunk of goodies here. And I got to put something in that pocket that I missed, but that is it for this journal. I hope you enjoyed, and this will be in my shop. So thank you for watching today, and thank you for, you know, liking, subscribing, and commenting. And I will see you. My next little journal is going to be the other one I showed you that we started working on, but I stopped and finished this one, the little duck one. And let's see, what paper did I use in here? Oh, I used that paper. So that paper I put in here was from this journal. Well, I'll leave it in there. I'll have plenty of scraps for this one, believe me. Believe me. So, yep, that is it. Little chunky ring-bound gingerbread man journal. So, see y'all next time. Thank you. Happy crafting.